Okay, everyone, we're back here for part 6 of the Firebird build. I'm going to go ahead. I was talking about putting 2 more coats of this burgundy candy from House of Color on it. I'm actually only going to do 1 more coat. It looks pretty good, so we're going to stick with 1 coat and move on to the next coat of Intercoat Clear. So, on this procedure here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the air pressure up to about 25 psi, and I'm also going to turn my paint up a little bit more, and we're just going to start at the top. And basically all I'm doing right now is just spraying pretty quickly over everything to make sure that my pearl that's in the paint is spread nice and even across the finish. That way you don't end up with tagger stripes on it, which is something when you're using metallics and candies and pearls, you can end up with tagger stripes pretty quickly. And what that comes from is your overlaps on your pass. Each pass that you make of the airbrush, as you overlap it, the pearl and the candies tend to build up, and it can create a little bit of a problem for you. So what I do is just go and mist this whole thing down just to make sure that the colors all blend in. And I have made the decision to go ahead and do my scoop in carbon fiber. It is on here for this coat of paint, but it will be carbon fiber, just to kind of give it that little something extra. I'm also going to do the wing in carbon fiber and then do the end plates in aluminum. Alright, so I've got the first coat sprayed on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the paint up on the airbrush a little bit. I'm not going to mess with the air setting. And I'm just going to come back in, and as you can see, I'm putting a little bit more paint down than I did the last time. And, you know, this coat here, all I'm trying to do is make sure that the body is one even color. With this being a lacquer, you know, it's going to pull down, and it's, you know, this is a base coat. You're not trying to get shine in this, because it's not going to shine. This here is just getting the base coat on the car, getting it even, and making sure everything is the same color with the same amount of pearl. And, you know, it's real critical on these candies and these pearls to make sure that you do this blend coat to get everything looking good. I'm going to come up underneath the fender wells. I've already got these pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot them one more time up underneath. And because I'm down to about probably a half a cup of paint right now, so I want to get those shot. And then as soon as I get that done, I'm actually going to turn the paint up a little bit more, and this is going to be the final coat of paint that goes onto this car. This may look like a lot of paint, but in all reality it is not. It is very thin coats of paint. You know, if you was doing this with a can and putting this many coats on it, you probably wouldn't see any details at all in this body. But with an airbrush, this is actually not that much paint being put on. Even though I say it does look like it, it's really not. But we're moving the airbrush pretty quick on this. We just want to make sure everything is covered and even. And I've already got everything up underneath, so we're good to go there. I don't have to turn it back over and do anything there again. Just trying to make sure everything blends nice. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a couple spots in it that I'm going to try to work on as I go along. I'm not 100% happy with, but like I say, this is a quick build. I'm trying to do this in 5 days, so, you know, as far as a full-out competition build, this is not one of them. But it does give me a good opportunity to show you some of my techniques that I use for painting. And, you know, hopefully, and there you go. I'm out of paint in that cup. That's what we're going to do right there. That's painted. That's the last color coat that we're going to put on it. I'm going to go ahead and run some lacquer thinner through my airbrush, get that cleaned out. And when we come back for the next video after this is dried up, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Tester's Wet Look Clear on it. And I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to do it out of the can, no airbrush. I'm going to do it right here in front of you. And once that's on, we'll go back and do a couple various decals on it. Or maybe I'm kind of debating on that also. I'm going to get the first coat of clear on it, see what it looks like at this point. I may or may not do decals on this car. So I'll let you know in the upcoming videos, but that's where we're at right now. If you have any questions or concerns, just leave me a message and I'll be more than glad to get back to you. And I'm going to let you go on this one. Stay tuned for the next couple coming up in the series. And like always, I thank you for watching and we'll talk to you later.